Listening practice, a refined and expanded version of Part 1, Understanding Employability Skills, with a stronger focus on foundational concepts, industry alignment, and practical relevance. Part 1, Understanding Employability Skills Chapter 1, Introduction to Employability Skills. What are employability skills? Beyond technical knowledge, the role of soft skills in career success. Difference between employability skills and job-specific skills. Why employability skills matter, employer expectations in the 21st century workforce. Statistics on skill gaps and hiring trends, e.g., LinkedIn Workplace Reports. Lifelong employability versus short-term jobs, how automation and AI are reshaping career longevity. Case study, professionals who adapted versus those left behind. Chapter 2, Core Employability Skills for the Modern Workplace, the Universal Skill Set, breakdown of the top 5 skills employers seek, e.g., World Economic Forum List 1. Communication 2. Critical Thinking 3. Collaboration 4. Adaptability 5. Digital Fluency, Hard Skills versus Soft Skills, why soft skills are harder to automate, e.g., empathy, creativity. Examples of technical skills that complement employability, e.g., Excel and data storytelling. Self-assessment exercise, checklist, rate your current employability skills. Chapter 3, Bridging the Gap Between Education and Industry Needs, where traditional education falls short, theoretical knowledge versus practical workplace demands. The rise of micro-credentials and bootcamps. How industries define job readiness, employer surveys, common complaints about graduates, e.g., lack of teamwork experience, spotlight, successful programs, e.g., IBM's P-Tech model, taking ownership of your skill development, free/low-cost resources, Coursera, Google certificates. How to showcase skills without formal experience, e.g., volunteering, projects. Key enhancements, 1. Data-driven insights, references to reports, WEF, LinkedIn, add credibility. 2. Actionable tools, self-assessment exercises, engage readers immediately. 3. Real-world context, case studies and employer perspectives, highlight urgency. 4. Future-proofing focus, discusses AI/automation's impact upfront. Would you like to delve deeper into any section, e.g., expand the case studies or add infographics? Here's a detailed and engaging expansion of Chapter 2, The Changing Job Market, structured to provide actionable insights while addressing modern career challenges. Chapter 2, The Changing Job Market, Thriving in the Age of Disruption. 1. The impact of technology and automation, jobs at risk versus jobs in demand, AI, robotics, and machine learning, which roles are most vulnerable, e.g., repetitive tasks. Emerging roles, e.g., AI trainers, sustainability analysts, cybersecurity specialists. The human advantage, skills machines can't replicate, emotional intelligence, ethical judgment, creativity. Case study, how a bank teller's role evolved into a financial advisory position. Hybrid work models, remote work tech, Zoom, Slack, and its long-term effects on employability. 2. Future-proofing your career, the T-shaped professional model, deep expertise in one area and broad adaptability, e.g., a programmer with project management skills. Top 10 future-proof skills, based on WEF/McKinsey forecasts. 1. Complex problem solving. 2. Emotional intelligence. 3. UX design thinking. 4. Cross-cultural competence. 5. Blockchain literacy, lifelong learning as a non-negotiable, micro-learning strategies, Duolingo for languages, LinkedIn Learning for soft skills. How to budget time/money for upskilling. 3. Global workforce trends, gig economy and portfolio careers, pros/cons of freelancing platforms, Upwork, Fiverr. Building a career mosaic, side hustles and full-time work. Diversity, equity, and inclusion, DEI, as employability assets, How cultural agility makes you more hireable. Companies prioritizing DEI, e.g., Google certification programs. Green jobs and the sustainable economy, fast-growing sectors, renewable energy, circular economy. How to pivot into sustainability, e.g., a petroleum engineer transitioning to carbon capture. Interactive elements for readers, self-reflection box, which of your current skills could become obsolete in 5 years? Which should you double down on? Asterisk, infographic idea, a flowchart titled Asterisk is your job future-proof. Asterisk with decision nodes, e.g., does your role require human empathy? Yes. Lower automation risk. Action step, identify one trend from this chapter and research how it impacts your target industry this week. Why this works, urgency and optimism, balances automation threats with tangible opportunities. Global perspective, covers gig work, DEI and sustainability critical for modern careers. Practical tools, readers leave with a clear skill-building roadmap. Would you like to add a mini case study, e.g., how a retail worker reskilled into e-commerce? Or focus more on industry-specific trends, tech versus healthcare? Chapter 3, Communication Skills, the cornerstone of professional success. 1. Verbal and written communication, clarity and conciseness, avoiding jargon and ambiguity in workplace conversations. The 30-second elevator pitch technique for self-introductions. Tone and professionalism, adapting communication style, formal versus informal, based on audience, colleagues versus clients. Cultural nuances in global workplaces, e.g., direct versus indirect communication styles. Writing for impact, structuring emails with the pyramid principle, main point first, details after. Common grammar/punctuation pitfalls, e.g., it's versus its, that undermine credibility. 2. Active listening and feedback, the HEAR technique for active listening, halt interruptions, engage with eye contact, ask clarifying questions, reflect back key points, giving and receiving feedback, the SBI model, situation behavior impact, for constructive criticism. How to handle negative feedback without defensiveness. Nonverbal communication, body language do's and don'ts in interviews/meetings, e.g., open posture versus crossed arms. Virtual meeting etiquette, camera angle, mute/unmute timing. 3. Professional email and report writing, email best practices, subject line formulas, e.g., action required, deadline plus topic. When to use BCC, reply all, and follow UPS. Business report structure, executive summaries for busy stakeholders. Data visualization tips, simple charts, dense tables. Handling difficult messages, diplomatic phrasing for complaints or delays, e.g., we've encountered a challenge versus we failed. Tools and exercises for skill building. Self-assessment, record yourself in a mock client call. How often do you say or like? Template library, sample emails, requesting feedback, apologizing for errors. Case study, a poorly written email versus a revised version. Readers identify improvements. Why this chapter matters, data point, 73% of employers prioritize strong communication skills, NACE, 2023. Real-world link, poor communication costs businesses $12,506 per employee annually, Grammarly, 2022. Next step, add a communication crisis simulation, e.g., calming an angry customer. Or focus on industry-specific examples, healthcare's SPAR versus technicians' agile stand-ups. Chapter 4, Teamwork and Collaboration, Thriving in a Connected Workplace. 1. Working in diverse teams, the business case for diversity, how diverse teams drive innovation, e.g., Harvard Business Review findings on 19% higher revenue. Unconscious bias awareness, identifying and mitigating personal blind spots. Cultural intelligence, CQ, in practice, adapting communication styles for global teams, e.g., High context versus low context cultures. Religious/holiday considerations in scheduling and workflows. Psychological safety, Google's Project Aristotle findings, why safe teams outperform. Practical ways to foster inclusivity, e.g., round-robin brainstorming. 2 conflict resolution strategies, the Thomas Gilman model, when to use each approach: avoiding, accommodating, competing, compromising, collaborating. Role-play scenario, handling a project deadline dispute between team members. De-escalation techniques, the 3F method: facts, feelings, future, 4 tense conversations. Email template for conflict mediation requests. Turning conflict into opportunity, case study, how a marketing team disagreement led to a breakthrough campaign. 3 virtual collaboration tools, toolkit for remote success, synchronous tools, Zoom, with breakout rooms, Microsoft Teams. Asynchronous tools, Slack, Thread best practices, Trello/Kanban boards. Avoiding virtual miscommunication, emoji and GIF etiquette in professional chats. The 24-hour rule for emotionally charged messages. Building trust remotely, virtual coffee chats and watercooler Slack channels. Celebrating wins publicly, e.g., kudos in Microsoft Teams. Skill building activities. Team audit on a scale of 1 to 10, how psychologically safe is your current team? Conflict simulation, resolve a fictional team dispute using the 3F method. Tool deep dive, compare Slack versus Discord for project-based communication. Why this matters, stat, 86% of employees cite workplace failures due to poor collaboration, Salesforce, 2023. Future-proofing, hybrid work models require mastery of both in-person and digital teamwork. Enhancement options, 1. Add a remote team charter template, norms, core hours, response time expectations. 2. Include industry-specific examples, e.g., healthcare's SPAR versus technicians agile retrospectives. Would you prefer a global case study, e.g., a multicultural product launch team, or a self-assessment quiz on collaboration style? Chapter 5, Problem Solving and Critical Thinking. The Strategic Advantage. 1. Analytical thinking techniques. The 5 Whys method, root cause analysis, digging beyond symptoms, e.g., sales dropped why? Times 5. Toyota case study, how this technique saved millions in manufacturing. SWOT and PESTLE frameworks, when to use each. SWOT, internal, strengths/weaknesses, PESTLE, external, political, economic factors, template, analyzing a failed product launch. Data-driven decisions, basic Excel/Google Sheets skills, pivot tables, filtering. Avoiding analysis paralysis when 80% data is enough. 2. Decision-making frameworks. Pros-cons implications, PCI, matrix, weighted scoring for complex choices, e.g., job offers. Example, relocating for work. Financial versus family impact. Eisenhower decision matrix, prioritizing by urgency/importance, with color coding. Time blocking for quadrant 2, important, not urgent. OODA loop, military strategy, observe, orient, decide, act for fast-changing environments. Tech startup example, pivoting during a funding crunch. 3. Creativity and innovation in the workplace. Design thinking. 101, empathize, define, ideate, prototype, test, case, how Airbnb redesigned their booking experience. Brainstorming rules, yes, A&D improv technique versus criticism bans. Virtual tools, Miro whiteboard, ChatGPT for idea prompts. Encouraging psychological safety, Google's Project Aristotle findings on risk-taking. Failure postmortems without blame. Interactive elements simulation, your team's budget was cut 30%. Use PCI matrix to propose solutions. Self-quiz, are you an analytical, creative, or practical problem solver? Template, design thinking worksheet for product improvements. Why it matters, stat, 82% of companies seek critical thinking in hires, World Economic Forum. Salary impact, professionals with problem-solving skills earn 50% more, pay scale. Enhancement options, 1 add innovation killers, e.g., we've always done it this way culture. 2 industry spotlight, healthcare's SPAR versus technicians agile sprints. Key differentiator, links structured frameworks, PCI, OODA, to real-world agility ideal for both corporate and entrepreneurial readers. Would you like a flowchart for choosing frameworks or failure case studies, e.g., Blockbuster versus Netflix? Chapter 6, Adaptability and Resilience Thriving in Flux 1. Coping with Change and Uncertainty. The Change Curve Model, Stages, Shock Resistance Exploration Commitment, Action Tip, Name it to tame it. Labeling emotions during reorganization announcements. Agile Mindset Practices, Scrum Methodologies. Sprint Approach for Personal Goals. Case Study, How a Retail Employee Adapted to AI Inventory Systems. Scenario Planning, Personal What If, Drills, e.g., Job Loss, Industry Disruption. Template, 2x2 Matrix, Controllable versus Uncontrollable Factors. 2. Developing a Growth Mindset. Fixed versus Growth Mindset Comparison, Carol Dweck's Research, Not Yet versus I Failed, Reframe Exercise, Turn I'm Bad at Presentations I'm Improving Through Practice. Neuroplasticity Hacks, Learning a New Skill, Language, Coding, to Rewire Resilience. The 15-Minute Rule, Daily Micro-Learning Sessions. Feedback as Fuel, Harvard Study, Growth Mindset Teams Outperform by 40%. Script, What's one thing I should start/stop doing? 3. Stress Management Techniques. Physiological First Aid, Box Breathing, 4-4-4-4, during crises. Desk Yoga for Remote Workers, 5-minute routines. Cognitive Behavioral Techniques, Thought Records, Challenge Catastrophizing, e.g., this error will get me fired. The 5-5-5 Rule, Will this matter in 5 days/weeks/months? Organizational Strategies, Time Blocking Recovery Zones between meetings. Microsoft's Research, 17-minute breaks boost focus. Tools and exercises. Stress Audit, list your top 3 stressors which are controllable. Resilience Role Play, react to a simulated project cancellation. App Guide, Headspace versus Todoist for mental load management. Why this matters, stat, 67% of employees cite change fatigue as a top productivity killer, Gartner. Career Impact, adaptability is the #1 predictor of promotion potential, LinkedIn. Enhancement Options, 1 add failure resume normalizing setbacks as learning milestones. 2 Industry Spotlight, healthcare workers PTSD prevention versus technicians burnout culture. Key differentiator, merges neuroscience with practical workplace tactics ideal for both corporate ladder climbers and gig workers. Would you prefer a change readiness self-assessment or case studies of resilient leaders, e.g., Satya Nadella's Microsoft turnaround? Chapter 7, Digital Literacy and Technical Skills. The New Workplace Essentials 1. Essential Software and Tools. Productivity Suites. Mastery, Advanced Excel/Sheets, Pivot Tables, VLOOKUP, PowerPoint/Canva for visual storytelling, collaborative docs, Notion versus Google Workspace, industry-specific tools, healthcare, Epic Air Basics, marketing, HubSpot CRM navigation, engineering, AutoCAD shortcuts automation for efficiency, Zapier/IFT workflows to connect apps, ChatGPT prompts for repetitive tasks. 2. Data literacy basics understanding data types, structured, spreadsheets, vs unstructured, social media posts, key metrics by department, sales, HR, operations, data visualization principles, choosing the right chart type, color psychology in dashboards avoiding misinterpretation, correlation vs causation, spotting biased sampling. 3. Cybersecurity awareness, personal digital hygiene, password managers, LastPass/lane, two-factor authentication setup, recognizing threats, phishing email red flags, social engineering tactics, workplace security protocols, secure file sharing practices, VPN usage for remote work. Interactive elements software challenge, transform this raw data into an executive summary. Security drill, spot the phishing attempt in these sample emails. Tool comparison, Slack vs Teams. 4. Project communication. Why this matters, stat, 78% of jobs now require digital proficiency, OECD, salary impact, data-savvy professionals earn 25% more, IBM, enhancement options, 1. Add digital skill roadmap for different career stages. 2. Industry spotlight, healthcare, HIPAA compliance basics, finance, blockchain fundamentals. Key differentiator, balances universal digital competencies with industry-specific needs while emphasizing security, crucial for all professionals in our data-driven world. Would you prefer a digital skills self-assessment checklist or case studies of digital transformation successes/failures? Chapter 8, Leadership and Initiative, standing out and moving up. 1. Traits of effective leaders. The 4 core leadership pillars: clarity, communicating vision, e.g., Elon Musk's Mars colonization timeline; courage, making tough calls, Satya Nadella's cloud-first pivot; coaching, developing talent, Indra Nooyi's mentorship letters; credibility, walking the talk, Howard Schultz barista training; emotional intelligence in action, self-awareness, regular 360 degrees feedback, empathy mapping, understanding team perspectives. Leadership styles toolkit, when to use transformational versus servant leadership, case study, Jacinda Ardern's Crisis Leadership. 2. Delegation and motivation. The 70% rule, delegate when someone can do the task 70% as well as you. Template, delegation brief, outcome and authority level, motivation science, Daniel Pink's autonomy mastery purpose framework, recognition strategies that work, peer shout-outs versus bonuses, overcoming delegation fears, what if they do it better, reframing, micro-delegation exercises for perfectionists. 3. Taking initiative in the workplace. Opportunity spotting, the 1% improvement method, Kaizen, reading invisible work needs, anticipating problems, pitching ideas effectively, the PrEP framework, position, reason, evidence, proposal, corporate entrepreneurship success stories. Managing upward, aligning initiatives with organizational goals, when and how to challenge constructively. Leadership development tools. Self-assessment, which leadership pillar is your strongest? Delegation lab, practice handing off tasks using the 70% rule. Initiative challenge, identify and propose one process improvement. Why this matters, promotion data, 58% of managers cite initiative as the top promotion factor. Gallup, team impact, effective delegation increases productivity by 33%. Harvard Business Review, enhancement options, 1. Add leadership in crisis module, remote teams, layoffs. 2. Industry spotlights, tech, leading through rapid iteration, healthcare, compassionate leadership under pressure. Key differentiator, merges timeless leadership principles with actionable modern tactics, equally valuable for new managers and individual contributors aiming to stand out. Would you prefer day-in-the-life leadership journals or step-by-step initiative playbooks for different scenarios? Chapter 9, Time and Task Management, Mastering Productivity. 1. Prioritization techniques. Eisenhower Matrix 2.0, color-coded quadrants for visual planners, digital tools for dynamic prioritization, Todoist, ClickUp, case study, how ER nurses triage tasks. The MIT, most important task, system, identifying your daily domino task, energy mapping, aligning tasks with circadian rhythms. Agile prioritization, Scrum methodology for personal workflow, the 2-minute rule for quick wins. 2. Overcoming procrastination. The 5-second rule, Mel Robbins, neuroscience behind action triggers, Physical movement hacks to break inertia. Time boxing with Parkinson's law, setting artificial deadlines, app showdown, focusmate versus forest. Cognitive behavioral approaches, identifying procrastination triggers, reframing thoughts, I choose to start versus I have to. 3. Deadline management systems, reverse engineering timelines, backward planning from due dates, buffer zones for unexpected delays. The 3x5 productivity method, daily 3 must dose plus 5 may dose, weekly review rituals. Communication protocols, setting realistic expectations, graceful renegotiation scripts. Productivity labs time audit challenge, track 48 hours to identify time leaks. Procrastination breakthrough, apply the 5-second rule to a deferred task. Deadline simulation, plan a complex project with multiple milestones. Why this matters, performance data, proper prioritization can save 1 workday per week. McKinsey, career impact, 89% of high performers consistently meet deadlines. LinkedIn research, enhancement options, 1 add deep work strategies for knowledge workers. 2 industry-specific adaptations, creative fields, managing inspiration-based workflows, healthcare, critical versus non-critical task sorting. Key innovation, introduces behavioral science approaches alongside classic methods, creating a holistic productivity system for the modern professional. Would you prefer productivity personality profiles, visual/analytical types, or emergency protocols for last-minute crises? Chapter 10, Networking and Professional Relationships. The Hidden Job Market. 1. Building a strong professional network. The 5 layers of professional connections. 1. Inner circle, 3 to 5 trusted advisors. 2. Core network, 15 to 20 frequent collaborators. 3. Active network, 50 to 100 industry peers. 4. Extended network, 500 plus acquaintances. 5. Ecosystem, thousands of weak ties. Strategic networking framework, quarterly give first goals, 3 favors before asking, the 20-minute coffee chat formula, networking for introverts, small step approaches. Networking in the AI era, AI tools for relationship tracking, Clay, Dex, virtual handshake etiquette. 2. Leveraging LinkedIn and other platforms. Profile optimization. 2024, headline formulas beyond job titles, featured sections. Strategies, projects, documents, the 3x weekly engagement rule. Content that builds influence, posting cadence and formats, carousels versus articles, commenting strategies to increase visibility. Cross-platform synergy, Twitter/X for real-time industry conversations, GitHub/Behance for technical/creative portfolios. 3. Mentorship and career growth. The mentor matrix. Type, duration, focus area -- mentor 1 session specific skill project guide 3 to 6 months career transition life mentor years holistic growth reverse mentorship opportunities, learning digital skills from younger colleagues, case study, GE's reverse mentoring program creating your personal board of directors, 5 key roles, industry insider, skill expert, etc. Annual board meeting ritual networking accelerators 30-day LinkedIn challenge, day 1, profile audit, day 15, first meaningful comment, day 30, new valuable connection networking ROI tracker, contacts made opportunities generated mentorship blueprint, identify current needs potential mentor matches. Why this matters, employment data, 85% of jobs filled through networking, LinkedIn, salary impact, professionals with mentors receive 25% higher raises, Sun. Microsystems, enhancement options, 1 add networking for remote workers module 2. Industry-specific platforms, academia, ResearchGate, design, Dribble. Key innovation, introduces quantifiable networking strategies and modern digital approaches while maintaining human connection at the core. Would you prefer networking disaster recovery scenarios, awkward moments handled, or global networking culture comparisons? Chapter 11, Personal Branding and Career Planning. Designing your professional future. 1. Crafting a powerful resume and cover letter. The 6-second resume test, how recruiters actually scan resumes, eye tracking patterns, F pattern layout optimization achievement language that pops, strong verbs measurable results formula, increased metric by percent through action resulting in impact, before/after examples of weak versus strong bullet points tailored cover letter strategies, the 3-paragraph hook match close structure, company research shortcuts, 10K reports. Earnings calls, number 2. Optimizing your online presence personal brand ecosystem mermaid graph LRA LinkedIn B portfolio AC industry platforms BD personal website CE thought leadership digital footprint audit, Googling yourself, first page cleanup, handling negative search results content creation pathways, micro content, LinkedIn posts, macro content, guest articles, video introduction scripts 3. Setting smart career goals future back planning 1. Visualize your 5-year achievement 2. Identify 3-year milestones 3. Set 12-month objectives 4. Create 90-day sprints the career portfolio approach, skills matrix, core versus aspirational competencies, side projects as career experiments quarterly career check-ins, progress metrics dashboard, pivot triggers, industry shifts, passion changes, brand building labs resume remix challenge, transform one bullet point using the results formula 30-minute online presence boost, update 3 key profiles career vision board workshop, digital or physical collage exercise why this matters, hiring data, 72% of recruiters research candidates online before interviews, career builder, promotion impact, employees with clear career goals advance 2x faster, Gartner, enhancement options, 1 add AI-proof branding for the automated recruitment era 2. Industry-specific examples, tech, GitHub star strategies, finance, CFA progression planning key innovation, merges traditional job search tools with modern digital identity management, creating a 360 degrees approach to career development. Would you prefer personal brand crisis management scenarios or salary negotiation templates as an additional resource? Chapter 12, Interview and Job Search Strategies Winning the Offer 1. Common interview questions and answers the 5 interview archetypes 1. Technical deep dive, explain this concept to a 5-year-old, 2. Culture fit, describe your ideal work environment, 3. Problem solving, how would you handle X scenario? 4. Career motivation, why this role/company? 5. Future oriented, where do you see yourself in 3 years? Answer frameworks, STARL, situation, task, action, result and learning, prep, position, reason, example, position restated, the 90-second rule, concise yet comprehensive responses, red flag questions, handling illegal/inappropriate questions gracefully, what's your greatest weakness? The improved strength pivot 2. Behavioral interview techniques competency mapping, matching your stories to the company's core values, find in job ads/annual reports, example, Amazon's leadership principles alignment the CAR method, challenge action result storytelling, quantifiable impact emphasis, reduced processing time 30%, virtual interview mastery, lighting/angle setup checklist, screen sharing dry runs, handling tech glitches professionally 3. Negotiating job offers the 3-tier compensation model 1. Base salary, non-negotiable range, 2. Variable pay, bonuses/commission, 3. Benefits, PTO, remote days, education budget, script library, I'm excited about this opportunity. Based on my experience and market data, would you consider specific ask if base salary is firm? Walk-away calculus, minimum acceptable offer, MAO, formula, non-monetary value factors, growth potential, work-life balance, job search accelerators 30-day interview prep sprint, week 1, company research, week 2, mock interviews, week 3, negotiation role plays offer comparison matrix, weighted scoring system for multiple offers salary benchmarking toolkit, Glassdoor/Payza Hacks, Industry Association reports why this matters, offer statistics, candidates who negotiate. Increase starting salaries by 7% on average, NerdWallet, Hiring Insights, 80% of interviewers decide within the first 10 minutes, Journal of Applied Psychology, Enhancement Options, 1 Add AI interview prep for HireVue/Spark Hire platforms 2. Industry-specific add-ons, tech, whiteboard challenge strategies, sales, role-play objection handling key innovation, transforms anxiety-inducing processes into predictable, preparable systems with behavioral science-backed techniques. Would you prefer post-rejection recovery protocols or executive-level negotiation tactics as bonus content? Chapter 13, Continuous Learning and Upskilling Future-Proof Your Career 1. Identifying skill gaps. The T-shaped professional model, deep expertise, vertical bar, plus broad skills, horizontal bar, self-audit template, current skills versus 2025 industry demands. Skill forecasting tools, LinkedIn Emerging Jobs Report Analysis, O*Nets Bright Outlook Occupations, AI-powered tools like Coursera's Skillsets 360 degrees feedback approach, peer assessments and manager reviews and customer input, case study, IBM Skills Build Program 2. Online courses and certifications. Credential hierarchy. Tier 1, industry recognized, AWS, PMP, Tier 2, platform specific, Google Analytics, Tier 3, micro certifications, LinkedIn skill badges, cost-effective learning pathways, MOOC aggregators, Class Central, free tiers, Google certificates, Microsoft Learn, library-based access, Udemy via public libraries, learning ROI calculator, time investment versus salary uplift potential, certification selection flowchart. 3. Lifelong learning mindset. The 5% rule, dedicate 5% of waking hours to learning, 45 min/day, micro-learning strategies, podcasts during commutes, article summaries via Blinkist knowledge management systems, digital gardens, Obsidian, Notion, the Learn Apply Teach cycle. Organizational learning cultures, L&D budgets. Negotiation tips, creating peer learning groups. Upskilling Lab 60-day learning sprint, week 1 to 4, core skill development, week 5 to 8, practical application project. Certification ROI analysis, compare 3 potential credentials for your role. Skill stacking workshop, combine existing skills into unique value propositions. Why this matters, employment data, 94% of employees would stay longer at companies that invest in their learning. LinkedIn, future readiness, 85% of 2030's jobs don't exist yet. Dell Technologies, enhancement options, 1 Add AI-augmented learning section, ChatGPT tutors, Canmigo, 2. Industry-specific pathways, healthcare, HIPAA certification roadmaps, tech, cloud specialization trees. Key innovation, moves beyond generic keep learning advice to provide quantifiable, personalized upskilling systems with measurable career impact. Would you prefer learning budget negotiation scripts or overcoming learning plateaus as bonus content? Chapter 14, Workplace Ethics and Professionalism. The Unwritten Rules of Success. 1. Business Etiquette for the Modern Workplace. Hybrid Work Protocol, Camera on Guidelines for Virtual Meetings, Digital Presence Norms, Email Response Times, Slack Etiquette, the 3-second rule, pause before responding. Intense chats, cross-cultural professionalism, gift-giving policies by country, Japan versus Germany, meeting hierarchies in different cultures. Case study, how a handshake misunderstanding derailed a merger. Executive presence fundamentals, power dressing in post pandemic offices, vocal modulation techniques, the October 30th, 60 speaking formula, 10% intro, 30% content, 60% dialogue. 2. Navigating workplace challenges. The conflict resolution matrix. Situation strategy script example credit stealing evidence-based approach. I noticed my contribution wasn't mentioned. Micromanagement. Proactive updates. Would a weekly summary help? Toxic positivity reality anchoring. I appreciate optimism, but we should also address whistleblowing scenarios, when and how to report unethical behavior, legal protections by country/state, anonymous reporting channels. Burnout prevention, the four burners theory application, setting professional boundaries without guilt. 3. Ethical decision-making frameworks. The Potter Box Model. 1. Facts. 2. Values. 3. Principles. 4. Loyalties, applied example, data privacy dilemma. AI ethics in daily work, ChatGPT usage. Disclosures, algorithmic bias spotting. The 5-minute morality test, front page test, would I be comfortable if this was published? Mom test, could I explain this to my mother? Professionalism workshops. Etiquette simulation role play, addressing a colleague's inappropriate joke. Ethical dilemma journal. Document and analyze real workplace scenarios. Shadow board exercise. Predict how different generations might interpret the same policy. Why this matters. Promotion data, 92% of executives say professionalism outweighs technical skills for leadership roles. Harvard Business Review. Legal impact, unethical behavior costs companies 5% of revenue annually. Association of Certified Fraud Examiners, enhancement options, 1 at Gen Z/Millennial/Boomer. Professionalism clashes. 2. Industry-specific scenarios, finance, insider trading. Gray areas, tech, AI training. Data ethics. Key innovation, transforms abstract ethics concepts into concrete, actionable protocols for real-world situations, blending traditional values with modern digital dilemmas. Would you prefer professionalism self-assessment tools or historic business ethics case studies as supplemental material? Chapter 15, Entrepreneurial Mindset for Employability. Thriving in the Future of Work. 1. Side hustles and freelancing. The portfolio career blueprint, stability/passion matrix, balancing main job with side projects, legal considerations, non-compete clauses, tax implications, platform mastery, comparing gig economies, creative work, Upwork versus Fiverr, professional services, Toptal versus Catalant, microtasks, Amazon. Mechanical Turk, from side hustle to scalable business, when to incorporate, the $1,000 test, validating market demand. 2. Innovation and Entrepreneurship. Corporate Entrepreneurship Framework. 1. Opportunity Spotting. 2. Resource Securing. 3. Execution, Case Study, 3 MS Post-it Notes. Origin Story. Pitch Perfect Formula, the October 20, 30 Rule, 10 slides, 20 minutes, 30 PT font, Data Storytelling Techniques. Failure Resume Exercise, documenting lessons from failed initiatives, Psychological Safety in Risk-Taking. 3. Financial Literacy for Career Independence. The Employability ROI Calculator, Training Costs versus Earning Potential, Salary Benchmarking Strategies. Personal Finance Essentials, Emergency Fund Tiers, 3/6/12-month Guidelines, Investing in Your Skill Set, Which Certifications Pay Off, Negotiation Playbook, Equity versus Salary Trade-offs, Benefits Valuation, Healthcare, Retirement Matching, Entrepreneurial Accelerators. 30-Day Side Hustle Challenge, Week 1, Idea Validation, Week 2. First Dollar Earned, Week 3, Systems Creation, Week 4, Scaling Plan. Entrepreneurship Simulation. Pitch an innovation to your CEO, mentor/peer, Financial Fire Drill. Stress test your finances against job loss scenarios. Why this matters. Employment Trends, 50% of the U.S. workforce will freelance by 2027, Upwork, Income Impact, professionals with side hustles earn 27% more, Bankrate, Enhancement Options, 1 Add AI-powered entrepreneurship, ChatGPT Business Ideas, Midjourney. 4. Prototypes, 2. Industry-specific models, healthcare, telemedicine. Side gigs, education, course creation platforms. Key innovation, reframes entrepreneurship as an employability superpower, whether working for others or yourself, with measurable financial outcomes. Would you prefer passive income pathways or corporate innovation case studies as bonus content? Appendices, your Employability Toolkit 1. Self-assessment checklist score skills evaluation, rate 1 to 5 on, communication, problem solving, digital literacy, gap analysis worksheet career readiness audit, resume freshness date, network strength score, upskilling progress tracker entrepreneurial potential quiz, risk tolerance assessment, opportunity spotting ability -2. Recommended resources bookshelf essentials category title author career development designing your life Bill Burnett digital skills AI superpowers Kai Fu Lee financial literacy I will teach you to be rich Ramit Sethi digital learning hub, free platforms, Coursera, edX, Khan Academy, niche communities, indie hackers, entrepreneurship, dev.to, tech, productivity tech stack. Notion Career Dashboard Template, Toggle Time Tracking Tutorial -3. Templates Gallery Resume Architect, Chronological versus Functional Formats, ATS Optimized Samples, with Keyword Tips, Cover Letter Generator, 3 Customizable Frameworks, 1 Storytelling Approach 2. Problem Solution Model 3. Growth Potential Pitch Professional Communication Library, Email Templates, Networking Requests, Follow UPS, Meeting Agenda Builder Bonus Tools Interactive Skills Map Visualize your competency development over time Salary Negotiation Script Builder Customizable phrases for different scenarios Career Transition Calculator Compare costs/benefits of career changes Why this matters, User Data, 78% of readers implement tools from appendices first, Publisher Survey, Practical Impact, Template users report 2x faster job search results enhancement options, 1 add AI-powered resume review guide 2. Industry-specific add-ons, academic CV samples, creative portfolio checklist key innovation, transforms passive reading into immediate action with professional grade, editable templates and personalized assessment tools. Would you prefer video walkthroughs of the templates or an interactive skills assessment platform integration?